Hello guys, welcome to the first video on MongoDB tutorial for beginners. Now let's see the brief introduction of MongoDB before we will try to install MongoDB on our Windows operating system. So what is MongoDB? MongoDB is a document-oriented NoSQL database. That means it's not a relational database, it's a non-relational database. Now, what is the difference between relational database and non-relational database? Or we can say, what is the difference between NoSQL database and SQL database? Now, SQL database, for example, MySQL or PostgreSQL, has a relational database format. For example, they have tables, columns, and rows which are related to each other, right? But in NoSQL database, these collections or these data are not related with each other and they are non-relational, right? Now MongoDB is a schema-free database and it's based on binary JSON format, and this special format is called BSON, in which B stands for binary and SON comes from JSON. Now MongoDB organizes itself in a group of documents which are called collections, right? And using MongoDB auto sharding in order to scale horizontally is easier, and this is the advanced feature which we are going to see later. And MongoDB uses query language, which is a simple query language, and it has a rich document based query which is a little bit different from your normal relational database queries, and it's open source database, right? Now let's see what is the difference between MongoDB versus some relational databases. So as I already told you that MongoDB uses collection versus the table. So in normal relational databases, something like MySQL or other SQL database, they uses tables, but in MongoDB, instead of tables, we use collections, right? And now inside these collection we have documents instead of rows, right? So in the relational database, if you know that every table can contain multiple columns and rows, we have the replacement of row in NoSQL database or MongoDB especially, which is document. Okay, so collection is like a table, document is like a row, and field is like a column. Okay, so instead of using table, row, and column terminology, we are going to use collection, document, and field, right? And collection isn't strict about what goes inside it. Like your normal, relational database, it's a little bit strict what should go inside it. But this collection isn't so strict and it's schema less. Okay, so this is a small brief introduction about MongoDB. Now let's download MongoDB on our Windows operating system, and let's dive more into MongoDB. So open your favorite browser and search for MongoDB, and the first link which will appear here will be from mongodb.org. Just click this link, and in here you will be able to see two buttons. One is download MongoDB, another is MongoDB Cloud Manager. We want to click this button, which is download MongoDB, and in here you can see there are different variants of downloads available for Linux, Mac OS, and Solaris. We want to download it for Windows operating system, and in here they have different flavors. You can see here we want to download it for the 64-bit operating system, so we will just leave it as default and then click download. Now save this MSI file anywhere, wherever you want to save it, and once it's saved, we will be ready to install MongoDB on our Windows operating system. So now this MSI file is downloaded. So I'm going to click this MSI file and I'm going to minimize my browser. And now you can see this Windows installer is starting, and you just need to click next here, and you just need to agree with the license terms and conditions, and then click next. And you just need to choose this complete option and then click install. Okay, and now it's going to install MongoDB on your Windows operating system, and in few seconds MongoDB will be installed. And now you can see MongoDB is installed on our Windows operating system, so we can just click finish. Now let's see where this MongoDB is installed on our Windows operating system. So open your folder explorer and go into C directory here, and in here go to program files, and the program files you will be able to find this MongoDB folder, and inside this MongoDB folder click on server and then the version 3.2, and you will be able to see this bin folder here, right? And in here you can see a bunch of executable file. Now there are two executable files which are of interest for us. One is mongo.exe and other is mongod.exe. Now MongoD is a Mongo daemon which is going to run in the background, and it's going to accept the connection from MongoDB. So it's a background process, right? And this mongo.exe is a command line shell from which you are going to work with your database. So in order to work with MongoDB, you just need to run MongoD, which is Mongo daemon, in the background, and then you can open Mongo shell to work with your databases, right? Now let's see how we can open this MongoD in the command prompt. So what you can do is you can right click on your start menu and open the command prompt, and then you can go or browse to this path which is up to this bin folder, or otherwise the shortcut for opening this folder is hold your shift key. So just hold your shift key and then right click your mouse, and then you will be able to see this open command window here. So you can just click this and it's going to open the command window in this folder. And then in here you just need to run MongoD first. So just write mongoD.exe and then press enter, and it's going to give you this error. And let's see what this error is. So you can see it says C:/data/db not found. So in order to work with MongoDB, you need to have this kind of folder structure in your C drive, which is data/db. So we are going to create these folders inside our C drive. So open folder explorer once again, go to your C drive, and then create a new folder here, and we are going to name it as data, and go inside this data folder and create a new folder which we are going to name it as db. Okay, so data and db. Okay, so you need to have this kind of folder structure in order to work with MongoDB, which is C, data and db. Okay, so once you are done with this, you can run this MongoD command once again. So mongod.exe and press enter, and now you can see MongoD is running. You can just click allow access from here, and then you can see this is ready to take the connection. So I'm going to maximize it, and you can see waiting for connections, right? Now what we are going to do next is we are going to open one more terminal to open this mongo.exe file. Okay, So once again, go to this folder, bin folder inside MongoDB, right click. Before right click, you need to press shift. So shift and then right click, and then open command window here once again. And I'm going to maximize it. This is our previous shell and this is our new. So in here we are going to once again run mongod.exe and press enter. And now you can see here connection accepted here, right? So when you run this MongoDB.exe, it's going to open this kind of interface, and now from this interface you can connect to your databases. And from this is running in the background this other command prompt which runs MongoDB.exe, right? So it's taking the connection, and for testing it, for example, we will just type here db and press enter, and you can see we have a sample database here which is called test. Okay, so this is all about installation of MongoDB. In the next video we will learn more about MongoDB, so stay tuned and please rate, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.